What is going on? Gervonta Tank Davis, Lamont Roach ends in a draw, majority draw. Now, what was that horrible refereeing from Steve Willis in the ninth round? Gervonta Tank Davis takes a knee. Supposedly says that it was because of hair grease from when he got his hair done. But the problem here is, man, that was a knockdown, and Lamont Roach should have been awarded the champion tonight. He should have been able to beat Gervonta Tank Davis. He stepped to Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis literally had, I mean, Lamont Roach had the answer for Tank Davis the whole night. He was just doing things that was out of the ordinary. It was the first time that possibly his best performance we've ever seen inside of the out of all his fights. His best fight before fighting Gervonta Tank Davis was Hector Luis Garcia or Jamel Herring, which he lost to. But I mean, tonight's performance was just out of this world. Where everybody was had Lamar Roach getting knocked out by Gervonta Tank Davis, including myself. I felt like Gervonta Tank Davis was just cherry picking Lamar Roach, and Lamar Roach coming up from 130 pounds was not ready for a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis, but he definitely proved everybody wrong tonight. So I mean, you have to congratulate Lamar Roach and what he was able to do tonight. It was a spectacular performance from him, right? Tank Davis not so spectacular. I mean, you could see from the fans booing at the end of the fight. Uh, Trying to blame it on the hair grease, trying to say, oh yeah, this and that. I mean, look, dude, you took a knee. You know what I'm saying? And the ref, I don't know where his eyes were. That ref, Steve Willis, is like his eyes is all over the place, bruh. Ain't no way you just bail this dude out, man. And see, this is the biggest problem when Gervonta Tank Davis fights. I mean, we seen it in the Pitbull Cruz fight. The judges bailed him out. And in this fight, they didn't bail him out completely, but a draw against Lamar Roach for Gervonta Tank Davis is unacceptable, in my opinion. I mean, yes, this might have been the worst performance in Gervonta Tank Davis's whole entire career, and maybe in the greatest performance from Lamar Roach. But there is no way that a 130-pound fighter moves up and is deemed a cherry pick by every single body, and you still go out there and you draw with this guy. I mean, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. You know, I mean, how do you even come back from that? Obviously, a rematch is in the cards, but they bailed Gervonta Tank Davis out tonight. Um, it was a robbery. You know what I'm saying? A complete robbery. It was a complete robbery. I mean, the things that Lamar Roach was doing what were amazing. You know what I'm saying? Because um Javante Tank Davis at times would look frustrated. He would start trash talking, and Lamar Roach would start trash talking back. And all of that little stuff that they was doing, was frustrating Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't find the answer to knock this dude out. I mean, Lamar Roach even had Tank Davis stumbling in there. You know what I'm saying? He had him stumbling. You know, and these are things that you've seen from Tank Davis that a lot of fighters could take a lot of fighters could capitalize on is possibly knocking him out because his chin ain't the best. I mean, we've seen him get rocked plenty of times. You know what I mean? You know, we've seen him get rocked plenty of times. He's never gone down, but he's gotten rocked. You know what I'm saying? And Roach had enough power uh to answer, and every time they were on the inside, Lamar Roach was just answering. You know what I'm saying? And he was taking it to that level, and he brought the energy. And Javante Tank Davis had no answer for it. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't figure him out, especially when We know that Gervonta Tank Davis is a slow starter, and I felt like at first Roach was very cautious, and he stayed disciplined, stayed to his game plan. Got a little heated at times, but he stayed to his game plan, and his game plan was a right one. You know what I'm saying? So his father definitely, definitely had the right game plan for Tank Davis. Obviously, they seen each other in the amateurs as kids. You know what I mean? And just he knows Gervonta Davis, being from around the same areas, you know what I'm saying? They seen Tank Davis, they watch his fights, they know who he is inside of that ring. Whereas Lamont Roach is more way, way underdog. I mean, we talking about a real underdog in Lamont Roach. For him to go in there and really put on that type of performance says a lot about Lamont Roach. A lot of people felt like, oh, after the Jamel Herring fight, you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, he fell off, he went down, you know what I'm saying? But then he fought Hector Luis Garcia, and then got the opportunity for Gervonta Tank Davis. Like I said, man, that was a cherry pick gone wrong for real. You can't you can't take no timeout. You know what I'm saying? In the ninth round, you can't take no timeout. Drop a knee. You know what I'm saying? And go over to your corner and get assistance. I mean, literally, they could have disqualified him tonight. He could have got disqualified for doing that. You know, and it's ridiculous. But he did take a knee. It should have been ruled a knockdown. Lamar Roach should have been victorious tonight. I mean, that's a cherry pick gone wrong for sure because he went in there. He had nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? The pressure was all on Gervonta Tank Davis, and he was just not. He wasn't there tonight. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't in that ring tonight. He was like Orion Valenzuela, just not in the ring tonight. Not the performances that we're used to from them. You know what I'm saying? Tank Davis, obviously, he was throwing punches as well. You know what I'm saying? But Lamar Roach kept them very close. He kept them very close, and he was countering when Tank Davis was throwing. And he was doing things that were frustrating Gervonta Tank Davis. You could just look at Gervonta Tank Davis and say, "Damn, you know what I mean? What is going on right now?" And then you always had that in the back of your mind, like, oh, okay, Roach could get knocked out though. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing that Gervonta Davis does have is that equalizer. So Roach could get knocked out at any moment. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. You gotta be perfect for 12 rounds. You know what I mean? When you fighting a guy that's a big puncher like that, and just making it to the 12th round and getting out. You know what I'm saying? And damn near really won that fight. You know what I'm saying? He really won the fight. I mean, you just gotta congratulate a guy like Lamar Roach and what he's done. You know, especially I thought he was gonna go in there and he was gonna get knocked out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought he was gonna go in there and he was gonna get knocked out. It was no way in hell you would have told me that Lamar Roach was gonna come out victorious tonight. It was nothing. There was nothing. If you go back and watch his fights, there was nothing that was telling that, okay, Lamar Roach has a real shot at beating Gervonta Tank Davis. The reason why is because he's a small guy going up in weight, and he's being cherry picked by the biggest puncher in the sport of boxing right now. Right now, right? So ain't no way you gonna tell me no Lamar Roach was gonna go up to 130 pounds and be able to beat this guy. You know what I'm saying? Let alone survive 12 rounds with this dude. But he went in there and he completely shut everybody up. You know what I'm saying? He shut everybody up, and now he's gonna be definitely looked at. And we're waiting for that rematch now because Lamar Roach is a live dog. You know what I'm saying? He's a live dog, and I mean, congratulations to him on a great performance. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to do it twice though now. Unfortunately, you gotta go in there and risk yourself against a big ass puncher like that. But Could it have been that Gervonta Tank Davis just didn't have a great night? You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was just an off night. Everybody's got off nights. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they should have crowned Lamont Roach the winner. You know what I'm saying? And I know he's probably like, man, this shit don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Steve Willis literally let the whole boxing world down, because that was just horrible refereeing. And not only is that horrible refereeing, they're fighting in New York, and in New York they have instant replays. So how did they not catch that? You know, this is the type of stuff that goes on in the sport of boxing, where a lot of people feel like, yo, this shit is rigged. They come on now. This is a GTD fight card. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you know, um, they were going to protect the bag. They was gonna protect the bag. There's no way in hell you gonna tell me they weren't about to protect the bag. They was protecting the shit out that bag. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, luckily for him, he left out with a draw. But in reality, that should have been a loss. That should have been a loss on Tank Davis's record. And it's unfair. It's unfair to Lamont Roach, and it's unfair to the fans that was there tonight, because they know what went on inside of that ring. They was there. They was watching. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nowhere in hell you was telling them, nah, Tank won that fight, or it deserved a draw. You know what I'm saying? It didn't, because let's say that knockdown played the biggest part in the whole entire fight, because you rule that a knockdown and Lamont Roach wins clearly. You know, and I felt like he could have stole at least one more round. Um, those judges, and one judge gave it to Gervonta St. Davis. He's crazy. He is crazy. The other two judges at a 114, a draw. I mean, but one judge gave it to Gervonta St. Davis. Bro, ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. How? What was Tank Davis really doing that 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 could you could be like, yeah, he won that fight? Nothing. He did nothing that you could have gave him that fight. There was nothing he did that was special tonight. You know, every time he would crack let's say he would crack Lamont Roach, and Lamont Roach would just come right back, even making him stumble. So it was nothing that Javante Tank Davis did good tonight. You know what I'm saying? It was like Gary Antoine Russell, bruh. Rayo Valenzuela would throw one. Gary Antoine Russell was throwing three on his ass. You know what I'm saying? He was giving him three after that. You know? So it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of belt the ass tonight. You know what I mean? But I felt like Lamar Roach definitely won that fight. That ninth round, man, that was just disgusting work by that ref. Disgusting work. Man, you also got to give congratulations to Gary Antoine Russell on what a performance tonight. That right there was a damn near perfect performance. That was just a perfect performance. I mean, after losing to Alberto Puello, and then coming back and having that type of performance. I mean, Rayo Valenzuela is a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's a good fighter. He didn't beat no scrub tonight. That's not a scrub. That's a tough fight. And he made him look like he was nothing. He made him look like it was nothing going on out there. So, congratulations to Gary Antoine Russell getting that dub tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? But back to Javante Tank Davis, Lamar Roach. Ain't no way in hell you gonna tell me that Tank deserved even a draw. You know, at least the least it was 7-5 Lamar Roach all day. All day. All day. but obviously they got to protect the bag, and that's what happens inside of the sport of boxing. Sometimes, obviously, you could watch one fight and you could see it one way, and then they tell you that that's exactly not what happened. That's exactly what didn't happen. Like, you could be watching a fight and they could clearly rob a fighter like that. And they could be like, you just watched this whole fight. You saw this dude win this whole fight. And they could just be like, nah, he didn't win. He didn't win. How you got instant replay and you don't utilize it for the correct things? Gervonta Tank Davis could have been disqualified for going over to his corner and getting assistance. You know, the baby hair, the the hair grease bullshit ass excuse. I called that out. I saw as soon as I saw him with the grease thing cleaning out his eyes and shit. I already knew he had an excuse. I already knew it was exactly what happened with the Pitbull fight. What did he say? He had an excuse after that fight as well. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, that's boxing, and unfortunately, there ain't shit you could do because as long as the money keep coming into their pockets, they don't give not one fuck about what is going on. I mean, about who's winning, who's gonna win this fight. You gotta really knock the dude out for you to be even for them to uh for them to give you that fight. But Lamont Roach, congratulations, man. Great performance. Great performance. A lot of people will definitely be checking for Lamont Roach from now on. You know what I'm saying? I think he's made a statement inside of the sport of boxing now. I think that he solidified himself inside of the sport of boxing. I think that he's putting himself um he's doing a very good job at being out there and really start got his name out there after this type of performance, you know. Just getting your name out there after having a type of performance like this, I mean, it's huge, it's monumental, you know what I'm saying? And it's only the sky's the limit, you know what I'm saying? You made the bag tonight, and a lot of people felt like you was gonna take that L, that you was the underdog, and you really had no dog in you, you know what I'm saying? But you clearly proved that wrong. Lamont Roach definitely proved that wrong. I mean, he has that dog in him, and he stepped to the ring tonight with a dog, and he went to work. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he didn't get the nod, but he didn't take the L either. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he lives to fight another day, and it's gonna be another tough fight. You know what I'm saying? But the game plan that he had was a very good game plan. I mean, he made Gervonta Tank Davis one of the biggest power punchers inside of the sport of boxing. He made him look regular tonight. He made his power not look the best. So it gives you a testament to if you stay disciplined, stick to your game plan, and you know what I'm saying, and you don't get scared, you could beat Gervonta Tank Davis. Gervonta Tank Davis just did not have an answer for Lamar Roach. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we out, man. Peace.